up, YouTube? Brian from AB Genetics here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming. Before we get started into the new video here, please help a brother out. If you can subscribe, like, share, comment, interact in any way, it'd be a huge help. You know, I'm trying to build, trying to get exposure. So any assistance along the way is huge, and I'll be sure and return the favor back to you guys. So now let's get to it. So for any of you guys that follow me on Instagram at AB Genetics, you'll notice I flashed a picture, kind of surprised me out of the blue here. So I have a girl. She's not an overly powerful girl. She's a nice girl. She's got great genes. She's an Enchi yellow belly, which is obviously a really good staple in so many projects. So worth me having. But I actually got her about 3 years ago. So she was never really the best eater. Didn't grow that well. She was sitting earlier this year. She was only sitting at around 1,100 grams, and like I said, she would always go on hunger strikes, always fasting. So what I would do, and I do this with quite a few of my problem feeders, what I would do is I would put in a male here and there. It's one of my breeders. And I always found that no matter the size, if they're around 1,000 grams and they're off food, you know, the 1,000-gram wall, if they're off food, I always put in a breeder male, and it almost always brings them right back on food. It's a nice little trick some of you guys and girls might want to try. You know, whatever works for you works, but this always seems to work for me to get them past that 1,000 grams. So like I said, this girl, she's 3 years old, never a good eater, sitting around 1,000 grams, 1,100 grams. So multiple times she goes off food this year. So I introduced a couple different males. So at one point earlier in the year, she went off. I introduced a lavender het pied male. And then she went off food again, months and months later. And then I introduced my lesser spot-nosed clown to her. So both males locked with her, even though she was 1,100 grams. And so it did something, because as for any of you guys that know me now, me and my wife just went to Prince Edward Island in Canada on the East Coast. Had an amazing time, lots of amazing seafood. Check out my Instagram, I flashed some good pictures up there, lots of lobster, oysters, mussels, clams. You guys know the deal that have been out there. Anyway, so before I left on vacation, I had noticed that she was coiling. She was nesting, right? So I did notice that. But she was so small, I never really took it to heart. I never really considered that, you know, she was gravid. I did notice she had been off food for maybe a month or so again. Anyway, so really the thought of her actually laying never entered my mind, just because she had gone on and off food so many times. And so all of a sudden she's nesting, and I thought to myself, you know, I wonder if she's gravid. But then I just kind of brushed it off, because she had done this so many times. I get back from vacation, and I go to do a feeding day, and all of a sudden there she is sitting on eggs. It just totally caught me by surprise. So lucky me, I got an amazing, I got Enchi yellow belly eggs sitting here, and I guess it's kind of a who's your daddy's clutch. I don't really like who's your daddy clutches. I know a lot of people do that, and it's not my thing. I like to plan things out. I'm very methodical, and I like to try and do things according to my plans. But here we are. So you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to take her off these eggs. I'm going to show you what's going on here. And I got 5 beautiful, big, healthy eggs. So I haven't candled yet. So obviously let's get her off. Let's candle. Let's put them in the egg box in the incubator. And then it's going to be interesting, you know. In 55 days, we're going to see either it's going to be combinations of lesser spot-nosed Enchi yellow belly, all het clown, which is a massive bonus. Like, that's a great combination. Or it's going to be combinations of Enchi and yellow belly and normals, and it's all going to be het lavender, pos het pied. So either way, the Enchi and the yellow belly work absolutely incredible into lavender. You know, and I'm sure some of you guys have seen, I already have in my lavender and pied project, in my Dreamscope project, I already have Enchi and blackhead, but I don't have yellow belly. So I'll take it. And I don't have Enchi or yellow belly into my clown project yet, although my Mojave Enchi girl, she's massive. She's about 3,500 grams, absolutely loaded with eggs. And before I left for vacation, I actually caught her ovulation. So I will have Mojave Enchi combination lesser spot-nosed clown, het clown eggs coming. But right now, I'll take the Enchi yellow bellies and pos het clown, pos het lavender. Either way, win-win for Brian and AB Genetics here. So let's get started. Let's take her off the eggs. Let's have a look at her. She's a good girl. She's really good looking. And thanks to Billy from Mutation Creation, man. Never thought this girl was gonna go, and here we are. 5 good eggs. So let's get at it, guys. Yeah, as you can see, she's so small. She's in my grow tubs. She's not even in my big tub, so is what it is. Let's get her off these eggs. Let's get her going. Let's get her back in her clean tub. Beautiful girl. So concave. Definitely all the eggs out. So this girl from Billy, I've always had a soft spot for. Unfortunately, when she was really young, she actually got nibbled on quite a little bit by a rat, where you can see some scarring right here and there. So actually, when I got her from Billy, her nickname was Scar. So, she's always been kind of I've had a soft spot for her. She's a really good girl. She's always been really nice to handle, and I got a clean tub, but I'm going to take care of that after. Let's go ahead and get these settled first. Most importantly, and let's candle these. Very nice, very good veins. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed by this first-time mom, to spit out 5 pretty decent-sized eggs. She really is not a big girl. So for her to spit out these eggs, I swear these eggs are probably the same size as her own body weight. So very impressive. She did really good. There we go. There we go. Good job. Very impressed by this girl. Get my press and seal here. All the different techniques for putting eggs away. I learned this initial way from. I got some ideas from Mark Mandic, got some ideas from Billy Rose, and I got some ideas from Justin. And you know what? It's been working, so I'm not gonna change. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay, so what are we at here? So the year is 21. I don't know if you guys have done clutch cards yet, but I borrowed some ideas from Paul over at Urban Constrictors. Respect, Paul. Watch your videos too, man. You got an amazing collection. And I got some ideas off of Justin's cards as well. So I do think these are extremely important. It's funny, when I get these late clutches, because this one took me by surprise, like I said, but I still have the Mojave Enchi to my lesser spot-nosed clown, so I still have an amazing clutch coming, should be, I believe, early November. Early November, I'm getting my last clutch of the season, at least as far as I know, unless I get surprised by anything. and sire is possibly Leicester Spot-Nosed Clown. Put him in about twice. I also put in Lavender Het Pied, and I put him in about twice as well. So date laid, it was 2 days ago. So it was actually on the 14th. Number of eggs, 5. 0 slugs. Well, there you have it, guys. You know, nothing overly powerful, but still, Enchi Yellow Belly are key ingredients in so many different projects, and whichever project comes out, it's either going to be the Clown or the Dreamsicle project. So either way, I'm happy, you know, we either are going to have Leicester Spot-Nosed Enchi Yellow Belly Het Clown combinations, or we're going to have Enchi Yellow Belly combinations for Het Lavender, Pas Het Pied. So either way, happy to go there, and you know what? Impressive that she even laid. I had no idea she was going to, and you know, so all those people that think, you know how many times I've seen people on Facebook try and tell everybody that they have to be 18 to 2,000 grams to lay eggs. Well, there you have it. That girl is about 1,300 grams. I bred her as a fluke just to try and get her on food. The girl drops 5 good size, good healthy eggs, first time mom. So there you have it. You know, the way I see it is, if your girl is 1,200 grams, 1,300 grams, and she's going off food, put a male to her. You know, put a male to her. At the very least, in my experience, limited experience, but in my experience, put a male to her. Let them lock. Let them go through the dance, and at the very least, she'll come back on food, and it works every time for me. Best case scenario is you end up with 5 good healthy eggs from a young mom. Always take what you read on the internet with a grain of salt. Never trust everybody 100%. Figure it out for yourself. Get tips, get guidelines, and do your thing and see what works. Because sometimes what works for you doesn't work for other people. You know, like, not one person ever told me that when you have girls hit that 1,000 gram wall, put a male in there and let them lock. When I was trying to research to figure things out a couple years ago, I never read that anywhere. I read take them for drives, you know, sing to them, dance in front of them, you know, hold them for a while, like crazy stuff. And that, I'm sure that worked for people. That's good. I found now my trick is I put males to them, let them lock, even though the females are 1,200 grams, 1,100 grams. Put a male to them, let them lock. At the very least, they almost always come right back on food. It triggers the girls to start building and gaining weight. Because now they have breeding on the mind. So, just my experience, guys. Do what you can with it, and hopefully everything works out for you guys as well. And we'll see you in the next video. We got more coming. The year is not over yet at AB Genetics, and hopefully everybody else is having a good year. I'll tell you, man, I see some amazing stuff going on. I mentioned it before, but Paul over at Urban Constrictors, I gotta say, man, your holdbacks for 2021 were amazing. So good on you, brother. And I'd love to see more videos from you as well, because I watch your collection's top notch. I watch it all the time. Anyways, so good luck to everybody, and hopefully 2022 was a huge year, and I know I'm pushing for a big year. I'm sure everybody else is too. Can't wait to see what everybody's putting out. I love watching everybody's combos. Tell me, when you sit there on YouTube and you're looking at all these amazing breeders and the stuff they put out, it's just such good inspiration. So anytime you're looking for inspiration, go watch other people. And don't always watch the big guys. That's a big thing I did this year. Was I focused on a lot of smaller breeders like myself, you know. And the good thing is that when you look at a lot of smaller breeders, and they're doing YouTube, and they're putting out clutches, and they're breeding their own stock, a lot of them are laser focused on small projects, which means they're putting out really nice stuff in a very focused margin. And you know, sometimes those little guys, you'll see them surpass big guys in certain areas because they're more focused on small things instead of massive collections and scattered groups. So don't forget the little guys. Little guys are the future. So just like myself. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and I would absolutely appreciate any support you guys can give. Subscribe, like, comment down below. Comment on what you think. Comment on what you think of, you know, my 1,300 gram girl, roughly 1,300. I didn't even weigh her, but comment what you think about a girl that small laying 5 healthy eggs. Let me know if you guys, if you have your own tricks to get girls at the 1,000-gram wall back on food. Let me know if putting in breeder males works for you. Start a conversation, man. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what everybody else does. Anyways, Brian from AB Genetics. It's good to have you guys here. Can't wait for the next time. And we'll see you in 2-3 weeks when my big-ass Mojave Enchi girl lays. And we'll have another clutch put in the incubator. See you guys soon.